How's everyone doing? Today I wanted to ask you how you organize your movie collection. I did a video like this on here years ago, but that was I think right at the beginning of Blu-ray and there was no 4K at that point. And I'm actually organizing my movie collection right now and I'm kind of having difficulty of how to organize it. Do you guys mix your Blu-rays and DVDs? Do you organize it by genre, director, actor, companies? Things like that. Do you keep certain genres separate, certain companies separate, steelbook separate, digibook separate? Right now I have the 4K titles separate, I've got the DVDs separate, and then I have horror Blu-rays and horror DVDs in separate areas, and then Criterion separated, Twilight Time separated, steelbooks and digibooks separated, and Arrow Video separated as well. So that's how I have it separated currently and organized. Now I'm just going to alphabetize, but I'm also having kind of a hard time deciding on whether if I'm not going to integrate the 4Ks in with the rest of the Blu-rays, especially for horror. There's only a couple of horror 4K titles out there, so right now I have those in the horror section, but I actually have a huge stack of 4Ks in the other room, but I'll go ahead and show you. Here's part of my 4K collection right there, and then again, I probably have enough for at least another to the end of the shelf and maybe a little bit down there in the other room. But I'm starting to organize the collection again. Horror's my favorite genre, so I have the most of that particular one and that genre, and so I figure I have enough for a whole bookcase for horror Blu-rays, and then another part of another one for horror Blu-rays. And here's my horror DVD collection, which I have separate, which I'm going to start advertising that after I start the Blu-rays. And I do plan to get another bookcase that's half the size of this one to put TV shows in. Do you guys separate TV shows? Let me know on that too. I'm going to separate my TV shows on DVD and Blu-ray. And then also I was debating about, like, for sports, like I have certain ones for UFC and baseball and football and stuff like that too. World Series and then also too for stand-up comedy. I have a bunch of stand-up comedy ones on DVD, a couple on Blu-ray. Should I separate that? Oh, I also have wrestling too, some wrestling stuff. And then box sets, like I have ones for like the Goonies and all those different ones down there. Should I Argo, and then ones over here too? Should I separate those? I'm gonna put some on the top, but there's not room for all of them on the top. In the other room I have a bunch more box sets. But yeah, basically right now I am organizing. I didn't realize how many ones I have, movies and Blu-rays that I have with the letter A. Like that's all A's, and going to A's there, and I'm gonna have to make room. So yeah, right now I think I have a little over 3,000 Blu-rays, and each one of these bookcases are from IKEA. They're a little over 6 feet tall, like 6.5 feet tall. So I have 9 of them, and then I have some box sets up there. But basically, advertising all the Blu-rays right now. So I've got stacks right here. I don't know. I'm gonna go through these more, and then also too for movies like Star Wars. Should I keep them all together, like Force Awakens, Rogue One? I mean, I want to put those all together, right? And even for ones like the Benji movie, for instance, the original Benji, and then for the love of Benji, should that be in your F, or should I keep it with Benji? I don't know. I'm kind of torn on stuff like that. I want your guys' opinions on this for sure. I'd appreciate it. I'm really torn, especially on the 4K titles, keeping certain things separate, like wrestling, UFC, baseball, football, stuff like that. Stand-up comedy, should I do that separate? DVDs, I think I'm going to keep separate for sure. And then, I don't know, the 4Ks, like I said, I have that one right there, and then it'll be enough for that one, and then probably up to there for 4Ks. So is that enough to keep separate? I'm debating. Quiet Place, got that in for a review. Really enjoyed the heck out of it. One of the most popular horror movies of the year, and deservedly so. This pile is like stuff that I want to do updates and reviews for, and then eventually when I clear that out, I can put it into the rest of the collection. So that's another thing too. I want to make sure there's enough space for each shelf right here, so when I do get new stuff, I can add it without having to move a whole shelf each time. And I am trying to get rid of certain movies I can't see myself rewatching again, so that's a whole another thing too. Like the Whackness, I liked it. I don't know when I'm going to be in the mood for it. This one I'm just doing to upgrade for the new slipcover. The same with The Shining. Assassin's Creed, I really liked it when I first came out, and I don't know, there's just so many action movies though. Thank God it's Friday. It's real good disco kind of period piece. I love the slipcover and the artwork for it. I'm gonna go ahead and show you Jeff Goldblum and the Commodores and Donna Summer. Fury, I want to get the 4K for. So a lot of these ones I'm kind of like just getting rid of to upgrade to the next thing for it. But yeah, here's just different stuff all over. These are, you know, big piles of the S's right there, and T and, you know, R, just doing it by the letter. I haven't done everything out of here, obviously, taking it all off the shelves, but, and even movies like Silence, for instance, really well-made movie. I think it's a little over 2 hours long, but with the pacing, it's very dramatically paced. It feels like it could be 8 hours. But again, a very well-made film. I think it's an excellent film, but again, it's one of those movies where I have to really be in the mood, and I don't know when I'm going to be in the mood to sit down and watch that again, because it's like, you have to dedicate a big chunk of time. You could watch at least a couple movies in that same time period. But in here are the ones that this is my office area, which right now is just a pile of just stuff. But all these are movies I plan to get rid of right here. And then the comic books too. Those are ones I'm going to keep, the Twilight Time, because there's Twilight Time right there. And I'm going to integrate the Disney ones. I had them separated, but I really don't have I have like a shelf worth. Maybe a little bit more with other stacks around here, but there's Criterion DVDs, there's more Twilight Time on top there, and Criterion DVDs, Criterion Blu-rays, Arrow Video over there, Arrow Video, Digibooks, Steelbooks, and yeah, I want to get this all cleaned up because this is just a disaster zone. But yeah, I want to do another for sale video because I'm going to get rid of a bunch of stuff over here in this stack. Like Bernie, I enjoyed that one, but I don't know when I'm going to be in the mood to rewatch it. So if I can't tell myself rewatching it in the next like year or so, I love this movie. Only reason I'm getting rid of it is because I have another one of it. Room is another one where I thought it was a good movie. Same with Brooklyn and Danish Girl. But I just don't know when I'm going to be in the mood to rewatch it. Danish Girl I really didn't feel that connected to, but I know it's an important story. But yeah, Alicia Vikander is the main reason I was keeping that one. I'm like, should I really keep it for that reason? I'm trying to, you know, rationalize certain things for keeping certain ones, and I need to stop doing that because space is at a premium. That's the biggest thing. But yeah, so I have those two bookcases, and then on the top are all collector's bust editions, and then I have some more. This is piles over here, stacks. But this is the horror Blu-ray section right here, down there, and there's another big stack of Criterions, and then this is a whole big stack of, oh crap, almost knocked a whole bunch of stuff over right there, but that's a whole nother stack of 4Ks, and here's more horror Blu-rays right here, and then some Funko figures and other box sets, which I love the way that looks on display. So I kind of don't want to, you know, take up and move stuff because I do have a whole bunch more hard Blu-rays that would take up at least another shelf worth, and I don't want to disturb that. It looks so awesome to me, but eventually it's an ebb and flow. It's, you know, I get rid of stuff, then more stuff comes in. So, and my wish list is crazy on Amazon. I have like over 1,000 things on my wish list movie-wise. So a lot of it is, you know, ones I haven't seen. Other ones are ones that I want to upgrade, or, you know, special editions, and other ones that I have been meaning to get for a while. So yeah, it's a constant battle. But yeah, I'm trying to organize stuff right now. So let me know your opinion on how you organize your collection. And this is just kind of like, I guess, the sneak peek overview of the collection right now. And I'm going to do another for sale video for these stacks right there. Those are all Blu-rays I'm going to get rid of. And those stacks of DVDs right there. And then there's another stack underneath the Mummy collection set. And then more, is there, what's under, oh, there's some VHS tapes. And then comic books, just stacks of comic books there, in that box. And then in that box as well. And then, again, I was going through stuff over at my parents' place. They're getting ready to sell their place. And I found all these old sports cards, which I'm probably going to get rid of too. So, it's interesting stuff from, you know, basically like the 90s. But I don't know how, you know, I have some stuff maybe from the 80s too, some older stuff in here. I know I had like a bunch of Randy Johnson rookie cards when he was with the Expos back in the day. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just so much stuff I need to get rid of and make space, but especially for the movie collection. But I'm kind of getting off topic. I digress. So, yeah, let me know how you organize your movie collection. Do you integrate the Blu-rays and DVDs and 4Ks all together? You put them all together? Or do you separate them? Do you separate by genre, director, actor, studio, company, stuff like that? Like I separate Arrow Video, Criterion Collection, Twilight Time, and then Steelbooks, Digibooks, horror movies. And right now I have the DVDs and Blu-rays separate, and then the 4Ks. I'm really debating about should I put the 4Ks in. I know I see some people who just put the Blu-rays and DVDs together. So I'm debating. But yeah, the 4Ks are really the one that I'm most unsure about putting in together with the rest of the Blu-rays. Because again, I showed you that big stack of 4Ks in the office area, so I think it's enough to do that, and then probably maybe a little bit more up to there. So, and then there's more 4K titles coming out, every month. So they've 2001: Space Odyssey. I can't wait for that one. Classic, but yeah. So I don't know. I'm torn. Let me know what you guys think about how I have things set up, and would you put the 4Ks in with the Blu-rays, and how you guys organize your collection. Again, let me know. Leave me some comments down below. And I hope everybody's doing well, and look forward to a complete Blu-ray collection video coming up soon. I don't think I've ever properly done one. So long overdue. I feel like you guys missed out on a huge chunk, because as many movies as I have right here, I've had double that amount in the past. In the past, like 3 years, I've sold probably, I don't know, like 7,000 DVDs and probably like 5,000 Blu-rays. More than I have, you know what I mean? So currently, and it's just it's again a constant battle. Every month I'll get rid of like anywhere between 30 to 70, maybe 100 movies, and then that same month I might get in 30 to 50. So it's a battle. It's a constant ebb and flow, and space is a premium. There's no more room for any more bookcases. Again, I'm gonna move those ones together so there's enough for like a half bookcase, for which I already have dedicated for TV shows on Blu-ray and DVD. So that's what I'm gonna do with that. And then after that, there's just no more room. I don't have enough room for all the posters I have either. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that stuff too. I'm gonna put stuff downstairs, and I'm gonna do a video once I do put up the posters. I got a bunch of the snap frame posters, which aren't cheap, especially for theatrical, like older ones, because there's that 1-inch difference. Instead of 36 by 40, it's 36 by 41 or something to that effect, one of those ones. But that 1-inch difference, like if you had to get a specialized frame for it, it's a lot more money. Especially if it's a decent frame. Even like if you go to Walmart, you get some cheap ones. The snap frames aren't necessarily like the top of the line, but again, you're paying a premium for it. And they do have the UV protective one as well as the regular one, which I appreciate. But anyways, I digress again. This is kind of a movie overview collection kind of video, and then again asking your opinion. Definitely let me know how you organize your collection. Again, I know I've asked a bunch of times. I'm rambling, but yeah, opinions are appreciated big time, because I'm definitely torn on a lot of the ways, and I want to make it the most effective way possible. So leave me some comments down below. Let me know. Hope everybody's doing well. Take care again.